So those things within you that you're like, I really want to be seen and I'm this, but maybe somebody told you you were too eclectic, your style wasn't it, or your hair, or how you show up in the world. It's time for you to stop shrinking for the benefit of other people and live your life. Y'all, so today, my day, I had a really great day, honestly, but it was very expansive. And recently I got an Akashic Records reading where it basically confirmed everything that I already know about myself and my soul. I'm a really old soul. I'm filled with wisdom. I'm filled with all these things, but also that I'm going through this identity shift where I'm shedding from all the previous lifetimes of shrinking myself to fit in and be accepted by people, groups, community, and things like that. It also looked like me mothering while also setting boundaries. And one of the things that I wanted to share was an experience that I had yesterday, which has to do with the thread between commanding respect and demanding respect. And this is something that I'm teaching my tween now as she's growing up and becoming the more of who she is. So yesterday I had an experience also before that. Welcome back to your daily check-in. Again, I'm on this journey to come and talk to y'all every day, just like we're on the phone, like you're talking to your good sister friend, and we're having a meaningful conversation and experience. So thank you for being here. If you haven't checked out all the other daily check-ins, it's a whole playlist. Go back, run it up, run it through, listen to my voice, catch the gems that are for you, release what's not for you, let it resonate. If you're going through this change where you're like, I need clarity and alignment, and I need information, like I just need to know, I just need to talk to somebody who can help, go ahead and schedule your 101. Anyway, arichbook.com. If you're not on an email list, get on an email list, get your freebie identity fracture finder, find out where those gaps where you need a little bit more love, a little bit more love. But anyway, so there was a person. So my biggest thing is learning this, stop giving my number out. Like I stopped giving my number out a long time ago, but I'm talking about like just people in general. Like I got two phones. I just need to start giving out the other phone number, like for potential business connections, whatever. And so this person reached out to me last week, inviting me to an event. I'm not friends with them. There was no nothing. The text said, let me know if you're interested. I'm not fucking interested. So there's nothing for me to say. Then they followed up and was like, hey, let me know if you're free on that day. I'm not free, y'all. So I'm like, all right, there's nothing. Again, there's nothing for me to say. So the person follows up with me again and says, how are you? And asks me if I'm coming to their event. And I'm like, hi, unfortunately, I'm not available for that. I hope you're doing well, whatever, whatever. The conversation ended with them calling me sweetheart. And I struggled with this. Like I was grasping. I'm like, what is going on? Like what I'm like the inside of me just started doing something. And I had to remember my reading that I just got. And my specific chords that I had to cut weren't even actual chords, but other than a mindset and a mind frame that's keeping me of, I got to keep the peace. There's nothing for me to say. People don't know. No, y'all, I kindly text this person back. Not a problem. I'd appreciate if you just called me by my name. No pet names are necessary, right? Some shit like that. Very polite, very, and the person was like extremely apologetic. And it's understanding, and I learned this from my mentor, it's understanding that even though intentions, right? Hell is the road paved with good intentions, even though people may not have intentional, like bad intentions for you, and they may be coming from a good place. People are responsible for their ignorance. People are responsible for their lack of social skills. People are responsible for perceiving how the world, for understanding how the world perceives them and what comes off. And this is where commanding respect comes from, and commanding respect. Two different things. Demanding respect says you're going to give me what I'm owed. Commanding respect says I'm just going to exist as I am, and everything that I do is for me because I respect myself. And because I carry myself with respect, respect is often always given to me. I hand out respect, right? I give respect. Respect doesn't mean joy. It doesn't mean like giggly, giddy, and all this other passive shit. Respect is respect is respect. And we know when somebody's being respectful, just like we know when somebody's being disrespectful. And sometimes disrespect is unintentional, right? Going up and touching somebody's hair, we know like that is disrespectful. Some people don't know that that is disrespectful. So you have to teach them or command respect by in that moment by advocating for yourself. Commanding respect also looks like advocating for yourself, ensuring that you are heard and what you're saying is understood. So if you're yelling all the time, who's going to hear you to respect you? Who can actually hear what you're saying to respect you? You can get your point across just like this, like talking just like this. Cause me, I'm a yeller. Yeah, I ain't even gonna hold you. I yell. I am a yeller. And I had to work on that. Why am I yelling? Because I feel like what I'm saying is not being understood. But as I've ascended in this life, I have accepted that we cannot communicate with people who do not have the ability to comprehend. I'm going to say what I need to say, and I'm going to say it in a way that you'll understand it. And then from there, there's nothing more for me to say. I'm not breaking it down anymore. You go figure it out. And then also, one of the things that I had to learn to do as I was on this journey was to stop managing the emotions of other people. So, like I was sharing with my daughter, I would look at, okay, I don't want to say anything because it's going to make this person sad, mad, upset, hurt, or I don't want to cause a problem, or I don't like conflict. Conflict is a natural part of life. It's how we handle the conflict that develops our skills, conflict resolution skills, as well as our social skills, our interpersonal skills. How are we connecting and interacting with those on a daily basis, not just our friends, our family, our loved ones, but strangers, complete strangers. When you are understanding how you are perceived and received in the world, that also looks and feels like confirmation birthday. And when I go out into the world and I'm just sitting there existing, that people will say you're intimidating. And then my mom one time she was like, "Now when you go out there, don't intimidate that person or whatever." And I'm like, "Girl," she's like, "You know what you do by just standing there." So the way that I describe it is that I'm so secure and sovereign within myself that I can stand there and my aura is felt, my presence is felt, and it's me and my divinity, my divine masculine and my divine feminine. Men are attracted to it. Women are attracted to it. It's something. It's scary. It's wholeness. And I'm just standing and my aura is just like pulsating, like, and I'm just like, I told my daughter, I'm like, sometimes I'm just standing there probably thinking about a cartoon, thinking about an anime, thinking about food, honestly, thinking about snacks and being in my bed. Also, side note, the other day I was laying in my bed in my Versace robe eating snacks and I was like, damn, I'm really chilling in a manifestation. Like, I really said that. Like, last year I was like, I just want to be in my Versace robe eating snacks. And I was literally in my Versace robe eating snacks. Dope shit, dope shit. But in this check-in, sometimes we don't want to advocate for ourselves because we just want to keep the peace. But you're not keeping the peace when your soul is disturbed. You're not keeping the peace when your heart is not in it. You're not keeping the peace when your mind is spiraling. You're not keeping the peace. The other thing too, in part of keeping the peace and commanding respect is not addressing everything. I'm not talking about blatant disrespect. I'm talking about when you're not getting what you want, you feeling the need to address somebody so that they can know, I just need to let them know. Like, you're going to listen to me. You're going to hear what I got to say. And they're like, that's not commanding respect. That's demanding. So I might do a series on that. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know if y'all really want me to like dig deep into that. But it's just an embodiment. And so because I know that my aura, my how I carry myself in the real world, my demeanor, it could be in what the world calls intimidating. When I want access to something, I know how to reel it in and smile and hey, how you doing? Okay, compliment you, break you down, tell you that I love you, that I need you, all these other things, right? All the shit that humans need to open up, right? I know how to disarm people because people have a right to be on alarm. People, you should be on alarm. You should be on alert. But when you are interested in growing and becoming, social skills are necessary. And my social skills developed by one, being in the real world, being in corporate, being told by my elders, like, no, you're wrong. No, absolutely not. Get out of here. Like, right? Um, yeah, 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 yeah. Advocating for yourself is the way that you command respect. But telling people about themselves is you're trying to demand respect. You're trying to demand respect by way of controlling the situation because you feel like you need to let them know. You don't need to let people know shit. Mind your fucking business. Mind your business. But that also comes with being aware of yourself. And sometimes we don't want to accept the not so fun things about ourselves, of how the world, like, it doesn't feel good to hear that. Well, it used to not feel good that I'm intimidated when I'm like, I'm literally 5 feet tall. Literally. I'm literally 5 feet tall. But then it's like, okay, how do you make how the world perceives you work for you and benefit you? And it's not so much to say, okay, I don't care about what people think about me. It's understanding, why do people think about me? No, I'm being perceived as a woman with power. I am a powerful woman. I am not a woman that is easily conquerable. So when men see that, they see that and they're like, hey, I ain't even gonna try. Like, I might compliment her, but I'm not gonna pursue because that's not a chase that I'm going to eventually get. And sometimes I'll be like, damn, y'all niggas, so y'all can't even get what you want. Like, what are you talking about? But this check-in was cool. And I went to another yoga studio today, which was really dope. Really, really dope. A really dope experience. I love how my spirit is opening up these opportunities for me, and with them opening up for me, I know that it's opening up for you. If you're seeing this, now is your time. I pulled a card for those of us who are here. I said I wanted to read that for y'all, but it was the owl from the divine feminine. Let's see. The accomplished woman. It's in the category of the accomplished woman, resources and qualities. You are invited to recognize, I didn't even know this was what it was going to say, y'all. So this is dope because this is in alignment with what we chatted about in this video. You are invited to recognize particular qualities you possess and develop or strengthen and develop or strengthen others. If any of these qualities bother or frighten you, try to understand why. If you hold fears or memories or old experiences or beliefs are being revived, set intentions to work on and release these things. So this looks like me, the fear of me being too much, right? I used to shrink myself because my energy is big energy. So as big as my joy, my laughter is as big as my rage, my sadness, the depths. I'm a depthful, like I'm just telling y'all, like, this is just what it is. So those things within you that you're like, I really want to be seen and I'm this, but maybe somebody told you you were too eclectic, your style wasn't it, or your hair, or how you show up in the world. It's time for you to stop shrinking for the benefit of other people and live your life. It is time for you to stop shrinking and show up and live your life for your benefit. Others benefited from your shrinkage, but guess what? many others. The aligned will benefit from you showing up. The aligned will benefit from you being your full authentic self. The aligned will benefit from you truly tapping in to the core of who you are and living in and on purpose. The longer that you do not show up as your full authentic self in your life and live in and on purpose is the longer that the aligned collective that is aligned specifically to you living in and on purpose has to wait. They are waiting for you. They are in need of you. When people say, oh, there's a new product coming to the market, people buy those products. Just like people buy those apps. Just like people, they don't need another social networking site. They don't need another dating site. But guess what they keep coming out with? Dating sites. Guess what they keep coming out with? Apps. Guess what they keep coming out with? New products. Samsung ain't stopped making Galaxies, just like iPhone hasn't stopped making iPhones, or Apple hasn't stopped making iPhones. Y'all, be for real. Be for real. It says you are rational and logical. You can create and establish strategies to bring projects to life and respond to your desires, manage your life differently, or help others. Your pragmatic side lets you get straight to the point. You are not plagued by hesitation. You make plans quickly. Your strong and powerful inner impulses are here to help you act quickly and help others. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. I want to read this one to you guys too. You preserve yourself. It is time for you to preserve yourself. Your natural ability for emotional distance helps you shield yourself from the outside world and remain in touch with your inner self. So basically, what this is like is that it is time for you to protect yourself. Like I told, who did I tell? I told somebody, I'm like, I no longer feel bad for you. Like, I don't feel bad. I'm going to say what I need to say and not consider your feelings because you're looking for me to feel bad after I express. No longer is that, because now I got to protect myself. I got to protect my heart. I got to protect my life. Right. So now that is also called emotional. I used to have this slide because I facilitate in corporate, right? So I facilitated like social skills. You are your first career, whatever. And so I had this slide me where it was like emotional intelligence, like emotional intelligence with SpongeBob, right? As I got on some plankton socks, whatever. But you're leaning into your wise woman self. You're leaning into your wise woman self from the outside world. Anything that begins to awaken in you that seems scary, frightening, and overwhelming, you got to ask yourself that hard question, why? Ask yourself that hard question, why? Ask yourself it is what memories, old experiences, or unconscious beliefs, and take the time to name these things. Then renounce your fears with a loud yes. Renounce them and choose to embody the person you are deep inside, who you know is there. Now, for me, it's like giving me chills right now because this was really my Akashic record. Like this was in my reading, and it's like it's time for you to be exactly who you know you are. So I told you, and I've been telling y'all, right? I've been telling y'all on here that you are literally watching me go through an identity shift and a quantum shift right before your eyes. And the goal, and I told somebody, is the goal is not to be like me, it's to be like you and go through your quantum shift and who you're supposed to be. What is life like for you? All right, y'all. I gotta go to my yoga teacher training. I'm also hosting another retreat. I feel like I told y'all that. Yeah, but I'm hosting a retreat, averagebook.com. If you're local to the Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina area, I would love for you to come and have this healing experience with me and Ruby from Ruby Rebirth. So averagebook.com, get on the email list. I got some amazing things coming. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for watching these videos. Thank you for supporting me because I'm going to keep showing up and y'all going to be like, yo, I watched her. How did this happen? Where did this come? Watch. Love y'all.